Hey, it's Bob with Proscapes again, and we are back at Lake Wisconsin. We've been plagued with rain at this job, and given it's Frank Lloyd Wright, it has no gutters, so all the water splashes straight down, kind of covers everything, and it's rained. This is probably going to be our first full day in the sun, but the guys are cranking. They're all in the back, eating lunch back there. We have everybody here, actually, except for Nathan. So we got everything planted. We got all the patio done. We're just cleaning it up because a lot of washout happened because it stormed again over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We got the lights in. Those are Frank Lloyd Wright design called Wright Geo. They light down and those are to cast shadows. So that's why there's bigger boulders kind of behind them, because the intention of those is to cast the shadow of whatever the cutout is on the vertical. Yeah, those are nice. They're Corten steel. Same thing as the one that's the bird bath up there. Just about done with the patio. This is the same stone that is the flooring on the inside. So this stone has been sitting outside for 65 years.
Yeah, he said he found some, he was digging and he ended up hitting rock or stone.
He tried to put a garden in over where they have, because it's so wooded around here, they have one spot of light. And he tried to clean it out and hit all rock. So they had taken all the extra stone from the inside. Some of it was on a pallet back in the woods, and the rest of it was all grown over, so you couldn't tell it was there. So he's been digging it all up and putting it on pallets. He did that actually last year, and now we're putting it in. And we're using that on all these vertical stacks too.
Okay, yeah, I think the stacks are kind of new too.
Yeah, these two are new. That was too steep, and they were planning on kind of doing that anyways. But that area is mulch because that's where it's all vinca, so all those vines will grow in. Everything else is stone. The whole design here is kind of, they have 7 dogs. I'm sure you've seen them already.
Yeah.
So that part of the stream is kind of where the dogs would play the most, but there's a lot of entry points and places to cross. So this basin is done. The bridge is in. Vault's done, other than adding the stone. And then obviously we're running down here. So we're just waiting on the electrician. So he's going to put a pedestal here and another pedestal on the other side. So the pumps are on 2 different breakers. And then we got all of our boulders lined up on the outside here, and we're going to start stacking. This is stream. That fall's already in. And then we'll use some more of the little red stone from the inside to stack up against that boulder. But this will all be stream here. We got soil to raise, but we kind of planned it so all the soil we dig is what's getting used on the outside, so we can just work our way backwards. They're putting the edging in on that side, so we'll be done like up to the bridge. And then as we go back, the guys work behind us, and then they do all the finish work.
So for the end of the day today, where are you looking to be?
Ideally, we can't really finish the stone over there because the electrician's gonna have to dig it all up anyways. But get this edge done, the weed barrier in, and then have all of the river stone. We blended all the stone too because there's so many different colored materials. So it's red. So we tried to match that with the boulders and the outcroppings and blend it, because some of the stone, they like Sandy Creek, which is this lighter colored and kind of peachy stuff. That's a dense sandstone. And then there's the redstone, which is also a dense sandstone, but different color. That's what was already here. So since we were going to have those colors on the floor, and then they kind of match the browns on the house and then the limestone color. So we kept some of the old stuff. We agreed on which, architectural details that, because you don't want to make everything just brand new at a place like this.
Yeah.
And then mixed in, so the verticals are meant to match the same colors as what's on the ground.
As far as the
without matching too much.
Yeah, I was sorry to interrupt you. I was wondering about the blue or the Navis stone. Did we bring all of those in, or were they?
We did. We ordered all the weathered limestone too. Weathered limestone comes from Missouri. Novice is a local quarry, but we ordered both colors. So you can get that either, they changed the name, but I think one of them's called like Glacier Gray. But that gray you order separately from like the buffs and yellows.
Okay.
So some distributors call them different things, but they all usually go back to the same quarry.
And I've been calling it Navis this whole time. It's Novice.
Yes, like technically his last name. Everybody does say Navis, and then everybody renames the product. So a quarry might sell something under one name, and then every distributor who buys that then calls it something else. So it seems like it's their product and nobody else's.
Yeah.
And to make it more difficult for you to just figure out how to buy it direct.
Makes sense.
But since we have a trucking division, we truck most all of our own boulders, except we don't go to Missouri. That's not cost. But you can tell when stuff comes from the south, it's on pallets. We're actually one of the few states that loads boulders into quad axles and dumps them off. almost everywhere else, they're all palletized in cages like this. So like for us being not used to it, I mean, we're used to it because we order so much of this stone, but normally when you have boulders, you don't end up with 75 pallets
Yeah.
when you're done and all this cage stuff. So
Yeah, it's first time seeing that.
yeah.
For me.
Yeah, so all that's left today is, well, as far as what we want to accomplish, we actually have 2 weeks left, but we're going to finish next week. So despite all the rain, we're still ahead of schedule. We're going to start working our way backwards from the inside, but we can't close all that off yet because we got to run the pipe up.
Yep.
So-
And then waiting on the electrician to get
Yep,
pumps
the
in,
electrician.
get things flowing.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to see the shape of the water, how it's
Yeah,
like
this
down
stream will
over
come
here.
across this way, and then the fall is that corner. And then the next stream runs along like where that weed barrier is.
Mm.
That'll all get cut into. And then the next fall will fall this way into that stream.
Okay.
So then the other stream is to catch that gutter up there. A lot comes out of that gutter.
Yeah, it's like
So-
the top corner of the
Yeah, well, and apparently the elevations are a little off, over the years, because this doesn't get that much. A little bit comes out of here, so some of this patio is just going to be stone in between the jointing to allow that to flow in right into the basin, actually. And then we capture those 2 downspouts, but those two plus this do not equal even half of what's coming out of there,
Oh, wow.
which is kind of astonishing. And we didn't really realize that until after the first real heavy storm.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got a bit of a test run.
Yeah,
while
it
we were
took
building.
all of the mud from there and it brought it all down here.
Yeah.
So they had kind of a berm built, but they had no idea how much was coming out of there.
Yeah, so they have to make a decent sized catch.
Yeah, we're gonna have to adjust a little bit. That's why we put that bigger boulder at the top, that kind of crazy looking one. So that's the backsplash for it, but we're gonna have to bowl that out a little bigger than what we thought. But the nice part is the roof is what's gonna keep this basin full, and then the 2 gutters on that side will keep the bottom basin full. So they're capturing their entire roof because it all drains to the back.
Yeah, so use it to our advantage.
Yep. So we're almost wrapped up at Lake Wisconsin. Probably 4 more days. Like, subscribe, and catch us on the next video.
Thanks for watching.